Welcome back. The next file we are going to explore is the trip-type.tsv file. As you can see from the extension, it's a TSV or a tab-separated values file. Let me show you the file first. As you can see, it's quite simple file. But the main difference between this one and the ones we've seen so far is that the separator between the two columns here is a tab rather than a comma. So that's the only difference. So it's quite simple exploring that in Table SQL. The only thing you'll have to do is you will have to explicitly specify the field terminator, and the value of the field terminator has to be a tab. They use a /T to specify that it's a tab. So if you're happy doing that, please go ahead and do it. Otherwise, just tap on the video and I'll show you how to do that. Let's go out to Synapse Studio and start creating a new SQL script. And I'm going to call this one _explore trip type, and with the interest of time, I'm going to just copy the first 2 lines from the calendar file, and I'm going to just make the change just as we need. So it's going to be a reading from the trip type, the TSV file, and I'm just going to change the alias to make it a bit more meaningful. So this is trip type, so I'm going to call it tip type as well. And let's execute the first statement that's done. We still haven't specified the field terminator. Let's see what happens when you haven't specified the field terminated. As you know, the default field terminator is a comma. So let's run that. And as you can see, you get an error, which is an unexpected token. So let's now specify the field terminator, and then we'll see whether we can read the data. And as we said before, to specify a tab, you do a /T, and let's run this now. And as you can see, you've got the data come back as be expected. So that's how you read data from a tab-separated values file. I can imagine the serverless pool would have given the default data type for these 2 columns. So TYP type is likely to be a big event, and the description is likely to be varchar 8000. Because it's such a small file, it doesn't matter too much. But if you want to add a with clause with the data types, please feel free to do so. So that's the end of this session. But before we finish, let's publish the changes to the Synapse repository.